Drink this if you dare. EFF members threaten Tswane leaders with tap water from Hammanskraal. The terrifying reality for many foreigners living in South Africa. Striking students swarm the streets of Cape Town. A shocking admission by the NPA and its ability to fight crime. I'm Jane Dutton, you're watching Eyewitness News.
This is Eyewitness News.
Disrupting today's council meeting, vowing it will not go ahead until the Hammanskraal water crisis is resolved. EFF's regional chairperson Obakeng Ramabudu carried a bottle of tap water from Hammanskraal and threatened that the Tswane mayor and speaker would have to drink it if the meeting were to go ahead.
We have brought water from Hammanskraal. Must drink water because you are busy parading some tests here. You are saying there's no cholera. Here's the water. Drink it, let's see if you are going to wake up in the morning. So drink that water and let's see if indeed the water of Hammanskraal is clean. We have brought you water, we can drink it with you, and we must get sick, both of us, because you have said the water of Hammanskraal is clean.
And the municipality says it'll be investing 450 million rand over the next 3 years towards the refurbishment of the Rooiwal wastewater treatment plant. The municipality is planning on relocating funds towards the 2.5 billion rand final upgrade.
Committing 450 million rand over the next 3 years, 150 million rand in each of the years of the budget. Now, that is not enough to solve the problem. We've said over and over again, the resources of the city of Tshwane are simply too limited to do the upgrades there. We also have serious supply chain management issues with irregular tenders being approved by this city in the past that we've got to be honest about. So we lack the resources, we lack the expertise, we're going to need partnerships. But this contribution of 450 million rand in the next 3 years, 150 million in the next financial year is a bold step to start solving the problem.
The death toll from the cholera outbreak has risen to 17. The ongoing targeting of foreigners in South Africa who've waited years for their documents that might never come and have nowhere to go after fleeing their countries, many of them war zones.
Our condition and our position from since 2019, still now, the same position. We don't want to original country because we feel because of the war and the different political situation, we feel from our country. Also, we don't want to reintegrate this country. Why? Because xenophobic attack and different many things hating refugees.
After staging a demonstration outside the offices of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees in 2019, very little has changed. The UNHCR says the living conditions of those in a marquee in Bellville in Cape Town are deteriorating and have become a health hazard, and that they're concerned about the welfare of children living in unsafe and unsanitary conditions. About 500 African refugees have been living there since 2020. They don't want to get back to their home countries, and instead they're demanding to be resettled elsewhere. Home Affairs has told us that they will eventually remove them. A shocking admission by the National Prosecuting Authority. It says it doesn't have the skills nor the legal powers to investigate state capture adequately, and that the investigating directorate doesn't have the facilities to conduct complex investigations into complex financial state capture crimes. National Director of Public Prosecutions, Shamila Batoy, and officials from the NPA briefed Parliament's Select Committee on Security and Justice on its annual performance plan.
The key component of this capacity relates to skills that the ID cannot currently bring in because the legislation needs to be amended. It's not just about permanence, it's also about additional capacities that the ID will need. In particular, we're speaking about criminal investigative powers.
Batoy says the ID has more than 90 continuing cases involving more than 200 people, including current and former ministers. Strike action over classes today. Student leaders from some universities marched to the NSFAS offices in Cape Town. They don't like the new rule that threatens to defund students enrolled for courses with under 60 credits, or the new system which means NSFAS will take over the payment of allowances from universities.
Let it be clear that we are against, we reject, and we condemn the incompetencies of these NSFAS officers.
And we're clear when we say that we are going to give them the timeline that is here. Should that not be met, they know what is going to happen.
A little bit of good news to end the day. Inflation is cooling from 7.1% to 6.8%. This is the lowest inflation reading in almost a year, when inflation dropped to 6.5%. Statistics South Africa's figures show that annual inflation for food and non-alcoholic beverages eased marginally below the 14% mark in April. Meat inflation also slowed for a second consecutive month. Transport recorded its 9th successive month of disinflation, softening again in April, mainly due to the annual rate of fuel also easing to its lowest since March 2021. We've got this graphic for you on our EWN website. It'll help you decide what to throw in or leave out of your shopping cart. And hopefully this will have a positive impact on the repo rate announcement tomorrow. And a cold front is heading our way. Stay warm. I'll see you tomorrow.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.